deal with some of the problems, but I think there's further to go.
I mean, I'd agree it's not the whole answer. I think it's an important step to take. The evidence is there that we can reduce harm and protect people by doing this. But of course, it goes hand in hand with increasing the healthcare support for people. The NHS 14 clinics that are being opened to support people with specialist help for gambling addiction, and also then looking ahead, doing a review of the Gambling Act to look at a much bigger problem in the round.
Because of course online wasn't around really, online gambling, when that Gambling Act was last introduced, was it 2005?
Yeah, so the
it's
world has
totally
moved
different.
on.
Right, so it's not really fit for purpose. But I mean, there has been an issue raised, Lee, that other people could turn to payday lenders, for example, and they charge even higher interest rates. So potentially you could be losing even more if you're pushing people into an even more expensive way of gambling.
Yeah, I think we have to tread very carefully here, and I think, as Helen's outlined, that's exactly what we're trying to do. The challenge with government on any policy is always the unintended consequences that come from policy. So I'm pleased to see that there will be a review of this. The Gambling Commission is going to look at it to see whether it's successful in the future once it's been implemented. That's the kind of sensible government that we should be having.
Kate?
There are very few problematic gamblers in the UK. The latest statistics found that it was 0.4 to 0.5%.
And what are you characterising as a problematic gambler?
Somebody who is at very high risk of, say, going into mass debt and the rest. And in terms of international standards, it's actually very low. And I do fear that when we have the government constantly intervening in what is legal activity, you really do flag risk to us in a free society. I mean, we went after fixed odds betting terminals, and it was raised at the time that people might move online. People have moved online. Now you're going after credit cards. It's completely legal to spend money on a credit card. You're framing it as something that money people don't have. But we don't talk about that when we use credit cards in any other scenario. And I'm thinking about this in the context of, it is 100 years this week that the USA brought in what was an absolutely damning prohibition era on alcohol. And it's important to remember about those unintended consequences, that when